And then let me mute everybody. Okay. All right. So welcome to the August accountability call. This is our kickoff call because starting next week on August the 4th on Sunday, we are going to be exploring the 2B mindset. And what the 2B mindset is just another nutritional guide to help you have a long, sustainable, healthy relationship with food and develop better eating habits. Another popular program that we do is 21 Day Fix. This is just an alternative. If you decide that you like 21 Day Fix, by all means, continue doing 21 Day Fix. If you find that you enjoy 2B mindset, if that is more attainable to you, because the idea is not to do one or the other. The idea is to do whichever one will help you obtain the health and fitness goals that you have set for yourself for the long term. Not the one you can do for 30 days, but the one that you can do for 30 weeks and 3 years and things like that. So the 2B mindset is, the reason it's called that is because it has the 2B or the 2 bunnies. The 2 bunnies is made of 4 principles. The first principle is water first. The second principle is veggies most. And then the third principle is use your scale. The fourth principle is track your progress. The idea is if you follow all 4 of these principles, you will hop into the health and fitness life that you want to live. You'll be able to get there by hopping into that. So that was a cute little where the bunnies came from. So tonight we're just going to go very high level through each 4 of these items. This is kind of the kickoff week. So if you think about it, before you start school, you need to know what supplies you need. You need to know where your classes are going to be. You need to know who your teachers are going to be. You need to be prepared. So this week, we're going to be getting prepared. If you want to go ahead and start tracking your stuff, by all means, go ahead and get the feel, get the flow, get things started. We won't, however, officially start until August the 4th. This week is just kind of think about week. I'm going to be telling you where we're going to be going this week, and then you will just be using this week to kind of get you there. So for the 4 principles, we're going to start with the first 2, which is water first, veggies most. If you've ever heard of the 2B mindset, that's usually how it's entitled. Water first, veggies most. What does that mean? So for water first, it means that before you eat any meal, you are going to consume 16 ounces of water. That's just pure water. Restaurants usually will provide you with water as soon as you sit down. The problem is most people don't drink it. They'll sit rolls on the table, they'll sit water on the table, and you'll go for the roll or go for the peanut or go for the snack and leave the water to kind of wash it down. When in reality, you should reverse the process, go for the water first, take down 16 ounces of the water, and then start to eat your food. So water first. In order to maintain this goal, you will need a water bottle. You will need a water bottle that you can keep with you at all times, whether it's at work, whether it's in your car, whether it's in your purse, your gym bag, your baby bag, whatever bag it is that you have or whatever it is that you have with you, you need to make sure that you have water somewhere nearby. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get hungry, or you're going to think that you're hungry and you're going to grab for something. And if your water's there, you will go ahead and take your water first before you eat something or, consume something that you don't necessarily want or need. So that's water first. The second principle is veggies most. In order to prepare the veggies most principle, you need to stock up on vegetables. Fresh, frozen, doesn't matter. Try to stay away from the can because it has a lot of added preservatives and sodium, but stock up on the vegetables. Buy the broccoli, buy the steam fresh bags, buy the bird eye bags, go to the produce section, get all kinds of cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and green beans and just whatever some of your favorite vegetables are. Maybe this week, try some new vegetables. Ideally, the green vegetables are the best. However, they don't necessarily have to be green. There's yellow zucchini and there's yellow squash and there's red bell peppers and yellow bell peppers. So there are other things out there that isn't necessarily green that you can enjoy as a part of veggies most, but you can't do veggies most if you don't have vegetables. So stock up on your vegetables. Buy as much as you have room for in your produce section, in your produce thing in your refrigerator, fill that up and then put everything else in the freezer. Your challenge on the first two is number one, to have your water bottle, and number two, to stock up your produce in your refrigerator, because you're gonna be veggies most. The idea around veggies most is that it's not about eating smaller portions. So for instance, you could have a little small cup of rice, or actually a serving is more like a half or a fourth a cup of rice, and get the exact same nutrition. Just think a packet of oatmeal. You could have a little small fourth a cup. You know how much is not in that little oatmeal packet. Or you can have 6 cups of cauliflower rice. It's not about the portions. It's subbing those starchy, carb-filled breads with veggies. Think of bases. Think of pasta. In any place that you would use pasta, think about subbing it out for veggies. So spaghetti noodles, use spaghetti squash. If you have noodles in your chicken Alfredo, use zucchini noodles in your chicken Alfredo. If you would have brown or white rice in your fried rice, swap it out with cauliflower rice. Just anywhere that you would use a base, if you're going to use a bun, wrap it in lettuce. Swap out those bases with the vegetables. So in order to do that, you have to have lots of vegetables. So make sure you stock up your fridge and your freezer with vegetables, either fresh or frozen, does not matter. Just make sure that you have them. The third thing is the scale. So before anyone gets started, like I'm not getting on a scale, the scale is a non-negotiable with the to-be mindset. The only reason that people do not like to get on the scale is because they do not like what the scale is showing them. As soon as people lose weight, the first thing, girl, I lost 12 pounds. I lost 6. Everything is numbers, numbers, numbers. But before the weight loss comes, it's kind of like it's out of sight, out of mind. We don't want to see it. We don't want to know it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want anything. You got to change your mindset. The way to think about it is, think of the scale as information. That number only has the power that you give it. It can either motivate you or it can depress you. The idea is for it to motivate you. Otherwise, you need to make some adjustments, come back and try again to see if you're seeing any changes. If you go to class and you take a test, or if you write a paper, the paper sounds good to you, it looks good, it fits in all the margins, but without actually having a grade on that paper, you have no idea if it's a good paper or not. If it actually contains good content, meaningful content, if you have a good understanding, you don't know. Think of that grade as information. It's not the end all be all, because guess what? Next week, you're going to take the test and you're going to get another grade. Or the next day, you're going to get back on the scale and you're going to get another number. It's not the end of the world. But if you don't have that information to track your progress, then you're never going to be able to achieve the results because you don't know where you're going. Weight is not gained or lost overnight. No one goes from day one, I weighed 10 pounds. Oh my God, how did I get to 100? You have no idea at what point in your progress you begin to increase your weight. This will allow you to keep your eye on it every day. You are laser beam focused on your weight. You know exactly what it was today. You know what it was last week. And it allows you to either see that you're getting better or you're getting worse. If you're getting better, keep doing what you're doing. If you're eating a cup of cheese and a mashed potato and fish and you're still losing weight, keep going. If you're not, then swap something else out. You know, say, okay, the broccoli, the fish, and the sweet potatoes wasn't working. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting cheese on the broccoli, I'm just going to eat the broccoli by itself. You'll get back on the scale. You'll see how that does for you. It's different for everyone, which is why to-be mindset does not give you a plan. It tells you how to do it and allows you to sort of fill in the blanks, if that makes sense. And the fourth thing that you're going to need, you can either do paper, pen. We have an app, but you have got to track your results. If you purchase the To-Be Mindset Challenge Pack, it came with, I gotta find it. It came with a tracker guide that essentially gives you, every day you'll go in and you'll basically write down what your day looks like. It gives you a spot on here to put in each one of your meals, and it goes through what a typical day. And every day you're just writing your tracker, whether you do it in the morning or the night before, or you do it at night at the end of the day, or you just take it out and do it all day. Again, you're just gathering information, because information is going to help you with your weight loss goal. If you don't know, how do you know what needs to be fixed? If your car stops working, the first thing that the mechanic is going to do is write a report to tell you what's wrong. They're just not going to go in and just start fixing. They're going to write down, okay, this light, when I do this pressure, it does that. When I do this, they're going to gather information so that they can diagnose the situation and then fix the problem. That's the exact same thing that you're doing. So make sure, whether you use this, whether you use a pen and paper that you buy yourself. Again, Beachbody has an app. All you need is a Beachbody on-demand account. You don't even need an on-demand account. You just need an email address. And we have an app, just to show you real quick what it looks like. It's that orange, don't know if you can see it. It's the orange app here with the little world on it. It's kind of got this little orange globe on it. You'll hit that app, and then it will open up sort of a dashboard where you can go through each of your meals. So like here, you would do your breakfast. Say, for instance, you don't have time to write it down. You can take a photo. So then that way you can just take a picture of what you ate, and then you've documented your meal for the day. Again, whichever method works for you. One may be better for others. It may be more hectic for some. Find whichever way works for you and track it. So just to kind of review at a high level, the 4 things that you're going to need. Number 1 is water first, water bottle, or some kind of method to track how much water you're drinking, starting with 16 ounces before each meal. Veggies most, stock up your pantry, stock up your fridge, stock up your freezer with fresh or frozen vegetables. Use this week to experiment with different types. The third one is use your scale. Put your scale beside your shower, beside your toilet. Step on it when you get out of bed. If you sleep naked, step on it when you get out of bed and check your weight. Or right before you get in the shower while the water is heating up, check it then. You'll consistently do it at the same time, completely naked, every day, non-negotiable. And the 4th thing is track your progress. So get you a cute journal, notebook, tracker, Beachbody app, and be prepared to write down everything you ate for the day. If you eat it, track it. If it's 7 chips, track them. And do yourself justice. Don't say, I ate a hamburger. No, I ate a double stack with bacon, cheese, onions, lettuce, tomato. Because what's going to happen is you're going to take this information and you're going to tweak it. You'll find, yeah, I can eat a hamburger, but I just can't have the extra mayo on it. Or yeah, I can eat that burger with the cheese and the mayo, but I don't need the bun, the top and the bottom. Or maybe I just need the top, or maybe I just need the bottom. So you will make adjustments as you go along, but you won't know what to adjust unless you have the information. So we went through the 4 things that we're going to work on getting to get ready for next week. And let me just give you the schedule of how things are going to go. So tonight was kickoff week night or whatever. We're going to come back on Tuesday and have another call where we're going to go over plated. We're going to go over what each meal should look like. Your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, and your snacks. The 3rd call is going to be on Thursday. So there's going to be like a day that we'll talk, and then you'll work, and then we'll talk, and then you'll work, and then we'll talk, and then we'll be ready to put everything into action. So tonight's kickoff, we'll be working on, be thinking about what kind of tracking you want to use. Be thinking about what kind of scale you want to use. Be thinking about what kind of vegetables you want to buy. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll come back together to plan it. We'll start looking at breakfast. What should your breakfast look like? We're not counting calories. We're not counting containers. We're just going to look at each plate. We're going to look at breakfast. How should you structure your breakfast? Lunch. How should you structure your lunch? Dinner and snacks. That's what we're going to do on Tuesday. On Thursday, we're going to plan it. Now that we know what it should look like, we're going to look at the food list and start filling in some of those plates. What are some things that we would like to try for breakfast? I will also have some examples to show you of some things that you could, or some examples of some different meal ideas that people use for their different breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack options. I do want you to know that if you do not follow the hashtag Water First Veggies Most, and Ilana, the creator of 2B Mindset, go follow it now. It's not a secret. She knows it's there. She supports that it's there. She supports that everyone there uses it because it's still her method. These are just other people out there in the world who are following the diet, who have come up with different types of meals, different type of snacks, and different type of recipes that fit into the to be mindset. Because again, you're not counting calories, you're not counting containers, you're not doing any of that. You're just planning your meals using a very strong, positive, healthy mindset. And then Saturday, we're going to review everything. We're going to have a big section for Q&A so that Sunday, when you wake up, you're ready to hit the ground rolling. So I think that is pretty much all that I had to talk about tonight. I wanted to open it up, since we've still got about 5 minutes or so, to see if anyone had any questions. So let me